Okay, we are live. Welcome, and glad you're here, whether you're watching live or watching the recording. Welcome. Thanks for being here. I'm going to take care of a few things behind the scenes here, and then we will jump in right at the top of the hour. So you're in the right place if you are here for the video webinar on Better Video Now. I'm just going to check all the tech stuff, and I will be back in just a moment. So hang in there. We'll start right at the top of the hour in just about 5 minutes or so. In the meantime, if you would like to pop into the chat, let me know that you can see the screen that says Better Video Now and that you can hear me. And you're welcome to let us know where you are at today, where you're from. We'll give you a quick shout out. So feel free to do that while I get my ducks in a row here. And I get all the goodies ready. Excellent. Thanks again for being here. Please feel free to let me know in the chat room that you can see my screen and hear my voice. You should be seeing a blue screen that says Better Video Now. So glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Just a week or so before Christmas. If you are watching live, let's go out to the chat room here and make sure that you can actually chat. Do I have the chat enabled? I think so. Awesome. Thanks, Anne. Wow, Cape Town, South Africa. What time is it there, Allison? Let me guess. Oh, I'm not sure, but it must be 8, 9 o'clock at night, maybe? Screen's a little blurry. Okay, we'll see if we can fix that. It could be a bandwidth issue. I have a lot of stuff open here. Let me see if I can close out a few things. Hello from Brazil, Esley. Nice. Thanks, Allison and Mary from the UK. We have several countries represented already, several continents represented. And Anne, right from my own backyard in Pepperell, Massachusetts. I'm up in Kingston, New Hampshire, a little north of you. And it is foggy here. Definitely foggy. Oh, Dennis is on the beach in Baja, Mexico. You're killing me, Dennis. Killing me. I'm up here in the fog in southern New Hampshire, in New England. And it is 9 p.m. in South Africa. I wasn't too far off. Esley wants me to turn up the air conditioning. Believe me, I get plenty of cold weather up here. So thanks again for being here. You're in the right place. We're going to get started in just a couple minutes. We're letting folks check in, say where they're from, make me jealous that the weather's better where they are. And we're going to get started in a moment with Better Video Now. So thanks again for being here. And we've got several continents and countries represented, which is awesome. I am grateful for that. And we're going to give you lots of cool content and tips and tricks in just a moment. Hi, Deb from San Fran. Wow, it's been, I don't know, probably a year since I've been out in San Fran for the Creative Live event that I did last year. And LOL in Portuguese, that's KKKK is LOL in Portuguese. All right, cool. Everything seems to be working. Yay. Let's hope it stays that way as we push the limits of technology. Thanks again for being here. We're going to get started in just a minute. I want to make sure we're recording. Looks like we are. Sharing my screen that says Better Video Now. And I figured, you know, in this one, let's not beat around the bush. We all want more clients, more profits, more revenue. So let's look at how we can do that. And I'm going to do one last check in the chat room and see if anybody's checking in. Awesome. We got a bunch of people registered for this, which is great. I really appreciate that. And we've got a lot of stuff to go through, so we'll get to that in just a moment. Thanks again. Feel free to share on Twitter or Facebook if you want your colleagues to get this cool info as well. or just give us a shout out. I think we've said hi to most of the people in the chat who are checking in. Hey, Laurie. Laurie's in Key West. Why am I like in the coldest, northernmost of anybody, I think? Well, I don't know where Mary is in the UK, but Laurie's in Key West. Esley's in Brazil. Deborah's in San Fran. Dennis is on the beach in Mexico. And I'm in foggy New Hampshire, USA. But that's okay, because Rocco the Pug is resting comfortably, so hopefully he won't disrupt us. You know what? It's the top of the hour, so let's jump on in. Welcome again. Thank you so much for being here. This is how to get more clients and make more money with better video now. And I'm Lou Bortone. I appreciate you being here. I have a question before we start. This is my little question slide. Before we jump in, let me ask you, how many of you would like to grow your revenue 49% faster? If you're impatient like me, if you'd like to accelerate your results, get more clients, and make more money, you are in the right place, because according to a recent study by the Aberdeen Group, video users grow their revenue 49% faster than those who don't use video. So I'm going to show you how to use video marketing the right way in this webinar, and the simple way so that you can get there faster. Because if you're anything like me, you are impatient and you want results quickly. Let me share one more quick statistic with you, because this is a doozy. This says that same study, Aberdeen Group, says that 89 million people in the United States alone will watch 1.2 billion online videos today. Now, the question is, will your videos be part of those billion videos? And if they are, how are they going to stand out from the millions and millions of others? So if you want to get in on what I call the online video revolution, you're in the right place. And if you're serious about growing your business, and I know that you are, you're in the right place. And last but not least, even if you've been doing this for a while and you know that you need to do a better job with video marketing, then you are also in the right place. So thanks again for being here. We've got some good stuff for you, and we're going to help you reach more people and have more impact using video. Now, by the way, if you're able to stay on till the end of the webinar, which should be about 55, 60 minutes, I'll have a free gift for giving you just for hanging with me and staying with us on the webinar. So let me tell you quickly a little bit about me. If you're not familiar with me, or maybe you haven't been on one of my webinars before, I'm Lou Bortone. I help small business owners reach more people, get more clients, and yay, make more money with video marketing. I'm also the founder of the Video Marketing League and video strategist to some online rock stars like Michael Port, Ali Brown, Murray Smith, Andrea J. Lee. I've been blessed to have worked with lots of pretty cool folks. Some people actually call me the godfather of video marketing. Now, I don't know if that's because I've been doing this forever or because my last name ends in a vowel, but I have not ever had anyone's knees broken or anything like that. However, later on, I may try to make you an offer you can't refuse. So that's my godfather story, and I'm sticking with it. My background is actually in the entertainment business, and I've been doing the online video thing since 2005, and I help my clients get hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube. I'll show you a quick example of that in a moment. Sell out their events, get more speaking gigs, launch major projects, and attract new clients. And I think my clients like me. I actually had somebody that said to me just yesterday, and you know who you are, thank you. Your advice is spot on and welcome. You have made a difference in my life, and I appreciate you. Well, I appreciate feedback like that, because that's, let's face it, that's kind of why we do all this stuff. So thank you for that. Now, the bottom line is, and what I firmly believe, is that there is no better or quicker way to get seen and get sales than by marketing with video. Online video can explode your visibility, make you an online rock star, and increase your know, like, and trust factor so that you can attract more clients and generate more revenue. So if that sounds good to you, let's continue and dive on in here. What I kind of like to say in my little wise-ass New England way is that video is the Viagra of marketing. So it is what I believe to be the holy grail of video and of business, for success in business. Now, how am I so sure that strategic video marketing is the best solution for you? Well, in order to tell you how I got to here and how my clients do that and how we can all do better video, I'll share a little bit of ancient history with you. So I actually grew up in the TV business. Some of you may know this, some of you may not know this, but I grew up in the TV biz. My dad worked at the NBC affiliate in Boston, which kind of made the TV studio my playground. That's a picture of my late dad in the 60s. And next to that on the left is a picture of me and my bro at about 7 or 8 years old doing a holiday promo at the TV station. And the guy on the far left, I hope you can see my screen here. The guy on the far left, those of you in the US and elsewhere actually may recognize, if you look closely, that's actually Tom Bergeron, the host of Dancing with the Stars. He worked at WBZ TV way back when I did, 30 years ago. So we've got kind of a couple generations of TV people. And I might as well throw in, my daughter just got accepted to Emerson College, which is a television, basically a television communications college in Boston. So yet another generation of Bortones going into the TV biz. I don't know if that's good or bad, but it is what it is. So I actually started in the mailroom at WBZ TV. And eventually I got restless and I moved to Hollywood. I was fortunate enough to get a job at E! Entertainment Television. I was completely out of my element. I'm this little, Boston kid, and all of a sudden I'm working with movie stars on promotions like Billy Crystal and William Shatner and James Caan. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that's Sonny from The Godfather. And I'm, working with him and writing promos for him for E! Entertainment Television. So that was a trip. I really kind of had the cool lifestyle. I was senior VP of marketing for a division of Fox while I was in Los Angeles. I had a corner office with a gorgeous view of the Pacific Ocean. Still can't believe I left there. I was, riding in limos, going to movie premieres, doing the whole thing, red carpet, celebrities. I even actually got to go to the Oscars and was totally living the LA lifestyle until my wife and I had twins. And that's kind of when all the Hollywood hoopla came to a screeching halt. And as I tell my wife, we went from red carpets to poopy diapers. I had to trade in my little red convertible for a Honda Odyssey minivan. And the party was kind of over as far as the Hollywood stuff goes. And at the same time, my division of Fox was being sold to Disney. And I don't want to be disrespectful to Disney, for God's sakes. I mean, they got Star Wars coming out today after all. But back then, it was not such a great place to work. In fact, I had friends who worked there who called it Mauschwitz. I know that's horrible, isn't it? Didn't sound like the happiest place on earth. So rather than go to Disney, I took a .com job back east, and we moved the family 3,000 miles back east. Got the whole gang, got them back here, moved to New Hampshire, worked for .com, bought a big house, and then the .com went under. So I had to kind of go back to the start and go back to sort of doing traditional video. After all, I had a big fat mortgage and a couple babies to support. So I started doing traditional video with a videographer friend. And one day my videographer showed up at a shoot and I said, where's your camera? Where's your big, expensive, fancy schmancy, huge camera? And he showed me, I think it was a flip camera. It might have been an iPhone, but I think it was a flip video camera. And that's when I knew, the tide had turned, things had shifted. Anyone could do video now. You did not need a $15,000 camera to do video. You could do it with a phone or at the time, a flip cam. This was around 2005, about the same time YouTube started. In fact, if you can look really closely at the screenshot, you'll see that I posted this video in 2005 or 2006. So I kind of started moving things online when YouTube started. I was doing a sketch comedy show, actually producing and not really being in it, that was getting a lot of attention on YouTube. I realized that I had to do more video and I had to be on camera. However, I hated being on camera. I'm still not that thrilled about it. As you can see, I'm hiding behind the slides here. But being an introvert and not liking to be on camera, I started to do videos in costumes. I started to put props and pets in my videos. And I actually got a little bit of notoriety from this and was kind of getting noticed and recognized. So that's when things started to finally come back together. And I'm like, okay, that's it, man. I'm back, maybe not in Hollywood, but back to business. So the video stuff really kind of put me on a map. I was getting invited to conferences and I got hired by some big wigs like Allie Brown and Michael Port. And that's really how it all came together. So I can say without hesitation that online video led to more visibility. People were saying, you know, I see you everywhere. I was getting more speaking gigs, more opportunities, more income. And that's what we're going to talk about today, and how you can do that and how you can also get the same kind of results with online video. So if that sounds good, we'll keep plugging along here. Allison, I'm not sure why your screen's blurry. It's probably a bandwidth issue sometimes, especially if you're overseas. That can be a little bit of an issue. I will send you a PDF of the slides when we're done, and that way you can see them, and hopefully they won't be blurry in the PDF. Wal, thank you for being here. This is not actually the second webinar in this series. This is a new one that I have just finished and that I want to share with you. And what we're going to cover here when we do the content here today is the 3 pillars of video marketing. You don't want to skip any of those. 3 pillars of video marketing. We'll also look at an idiot-proof system to make your videos simple and stress-free, or as our friend Al would say, we'll make it a no-brainer for you. We're going to also look at the magic of finding your video sweet spot. What I like to call your video sweet spot. I'll explain what I mean by that in a moment. And we're going to show you, as I promoted in the promos, how to avoid being a video train wreck. Certainly don't want to do that. I mean, I think the biggest thing about video is that people just don't want to make an ass of themselves, and we're going to show you how to avoid that. We're also going to cover how to get started today using video to grow your business faster. Just like we said at the very top, video can grow your business 49% faster. And also I want to do a quick reminder to stay on the call to the end so that I can give you another little goodie special gift. So let's talk about the 3 pillars of video first and foremost. It's really the foundation of doing video the right way, the most effective way. And that's where we're going to start. So the first pillar of video is what I call purpose. And what I mean by that is determining the goal of your video or videos before you do anything else. So you want to figure out exactly what you want your video to accomplish for you. And this is really important because you're going to waste a lot of time and money if you skip over this. You really do need to have a plan and a foundation before you fire up the webcam. So it's really similar to what Stephen Covey said, which is begin with the end in mind. So what most people do, and the reason why people get in trouble with this as far as video train wrecks, and you may want to have a pen and paper to write some of this down, even though I'll give you the slides afterwards, is that a lot of people really tend to overthink this. They get bogged down with the equipment and the tech piece. Sometimes they try to accomplish too much in one video, and they try and squeeze everything into one video. Sometimes people take a sort of ready, fire, aim approach rather than ready, aim, fire. And unfortunately, a lot of folks don't have a big picture strategy or plan. So that's where folks tend to get in trouble. Now, what you can do instead because you are smart enough to be here on this webinar, thank you for that again, is that you can basically avoid being a video train wreck by determining the specific goal of each video you create. So in other words, if your objective is to build a tribe or a community, you might consider doing a weekly blab series. We'll talk about that in a bit, but that's one way that you can start to build community. If your goal is to increase your visibility, then perhaps your videos would be a video blog series or a YouTube tips series. That's another great way to start to increase your visibility. If your goal is to build your list, then maybe you want a really cool opt-in or freebie page with a kick-butt video on it that really encourages and compels people to sign up for your freebie so you can grow your list. Now, the good news is that most of these videos can be done with a smartphone or a webcam. You really don't need to overproduce or overcomplicate these types of videos. The main thing is to keep in mind the goal of the video so that you know exactly where you're going and how you're going to get there. So here's how you can get started with this right away. You can review your marketing plans and look at where you can start to integrate video. This is actually here, as we are here in mid-December, a great time to do this at the end of the year. You can look at your plans for the coming year, maybe see what product launches you're doing, or maybe what ebooks you may be releasing, or what events you may be doing, and figure out how you can integrate video into that. And part of the way we do that is with a video editorial calendar. So with the video editorial calendar, you can say, okay, I'm doing a big webinar on this day, or I'm doing an event on that day. So let me back it out and see where I can integrate video. You can also see what existing assets or content you already have that can be repurposed for video. You may already have a blog series that can be repurposed for video. You may already have articles that can be repurposed for video. And then you want to make a plan to commit to some kind of a regular series, maybe a weekly series. Perhaps you do it on Blab, which is pretty easy to do, blab.im, or perhaps you record a video series on YouTube, and then you're going to basically pick a start date or a V-Day, video day, as I call it, to commit to it. Now, in our Video Marketing League thing that I'll tell you about later, we do quarterly shut up and shoot video days so that we can have accountability to get the videos done. So there's one actually coming up in January, and it's kind of like a video in a day, or I call them shut up and shoot days, because we commit to doing the videos and working on it that day, and we have accountability partners to help us do that. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that later, but basically there's one coming up in early January, and I just call it shut up and shoot because that's what we do. It's our get it done video accountability day. Now, tell me, if you would be so kind, in the chat box where you get stuck with video, where you get stuck with this kind of stuff here, especially when it comes to the video purpose or getting started. Why haven't you done video, or why haven't you done more video up to now? And I'll make this a little bit easier for you by going to our little polls. Up in the upper right-hand section of the screen, you should see a poll which says, where do you get stuck when it comes to video? And you can go ahead right now and click on that poll and vote in that poll, and I'll see the results in real time and share them with you. Hopefully you can see that. It's up in the poll section. Yep, you're doing it, you're voting. And the question is, where do you get stuck when it comes to video? And the choices are time, technology, or accountability. And the results are coming in fast and furious, and I will share them with you. I'm going to close the poll in just a second so that we can move on and look at the results. Very interesting so far, and I'll share that with you. All right, we're going to close the poll in, say, 10 seconds. Give you a chance to vote. Give me a chance to take a drink. Oh my God, I've had too much caffeine today. All right, so we'll end the poll and we'll share the results with you. Here we go. Where do you get stuck when it comes to video? 7% of the people said time. I actually thought that would be higher. 63% said technology. Wow. And 30% said accountability. All right, that's good to know, because now we can help you steer through that and really make it simple so that the technology is not an issue, or it's a small issue. So let's move ahead. Awesome. Let me tell you quickly, speaking of technology, about a quick success story. I don't know if Evelyn's on the call today, but one of my clients who I absolutely adore owns a vacation rental property in Costa Rica. And when Evelyn came to me a while ago, quite a while ago actually, she was a self-admitted technophobe, and she just bought a new Mac. I don't know. I don't even know if she knew exactly how to turn it on. But anyway, we got her started with her new Mac and with her iPhone. She was really kind of afraid of technology and intimidated by it, like many of us are. But we put together a video strategy for her. She had a vacation rental property in Costa Rica that was kind of sitting vacant and losing thousands of dollars per week, because I think at the time she was renting the property for $2,000 to $3,000 a week. So we created a video strategy for her that was pretty low tech. And essentially what we did was we got her to do these, I'll go back here first, video tip series and put them on YouTube. She shot them with her iPhone. She edited them on iMovie. Very simple, not very complicated, not too fancy, just decent content. And now, 100 videos later, some of her videos have over 100,000 views. Altogether on YouTube, she's got 250,000 views. And more importantly, her lovely vacation rental property is now booked solid and going for $5,900 a week. So I can't afford to go there anymore, but so I'm a victim of our own success. But that is what simple, low-tech video did for Evelyn and her Costa Rica vacation rental property. And hopefully you can do the same so that someday we can all afford to go there. Just certainly not Christmas week, which is $10,000 a week. So congrats to Evelyn, and our strategy definitely paid off that time. The next pillar that I would like to share with you is called premise. And what I mean by this is your message, or what you're going to say on your video. Now, a lot of people get hung up with the technology, but the premise or message is really important. Just as important, if not more so than tech, because you really have less than 7 seconds to capture your viewers' attention and pull them into that video. So you need to get your message out in a powerful way that resonates with your target market. And you need to be very, very clear about what you want the viewer to do next. Now, in Evelyn's case, she was building visibility. She was building her expert status. She was building awareness for her Costa Rica rental property. And her premise was relatively simple. It was vacation tips if you are planning on vacationing in Costa Rica. So now the problem with the premise or the message is that a lot of people, maybe you too, get stuck or sort of get into a train wreck because they ramble or talk too long on their video. Their message is not clear and concise. And also, most people don't even have an outline, so that their message becomes kind of a mess. But the biggest mistake most people make in their message is not having a clear and compelling call to action. At the end of all of Evelyn's tips videos, she would tell them to go to her website to find out more about her property and drive traffic back to her site. There was always a call to action, and she knew exactly what she was going to say, so that was a very compelling, concise message. So that's what happens with most people, but you, again, are smarter than that. So here's what you need to do instead so that you don't become a video train wreck. You're going to want to create an outline or a script and really keep in mind your main point. What is the main message that you want to deliver? Now, a lot of folks ask me if you should use a teleprompter, and I usually suggest that you don't unless you have some experience with it, because it's going to look like you're reading. So you can keep your script or outline short and to the point. Include a very direct call to action. What do you want the viewer to do? You've got to tell them what you want them to do. And don't be afraid to rehearse and practice and retake. I mean, Hollywood stars do it, so why shouldn't we? So you can avoid becoming the next video train wreck. And here's how to get started right away with that. So we're trying to give you some action items here to really make this useful and give you some good content to go away with so that you can get going with this. And a lot of folks in the chat mentioned that the script, writing the script and actually producing the message is a big problem. A lot of people in the chat are saying. So what you want to do is to create an outline or a script. It doesn't have to be word for word. What I'm going to do is, if you stay till the end of the call, is I'm going to give you a link to go get a script template, which is like a sort of a fill in the blanks scripting thing that you can use to start. And from that, you can create your script, your outline. Also, when you do your script, remember to determine your call to action. And it can be just one call to action. Should be just one, because you don't want to confuse your viewer. You can also rehearse with an accountability partner, and they can tell you if your message is clear. Sometimes it just takes that second person to bounce something off of to see if your message is clear and to make sure that it's clear and compelling. So in the Video Marketing League, we have a private Facebook group. So we're going to have members start to team up there as accountability partners and share each other's script with them. Right, Molly? We're going to do that with Molly too. I don't know if you're on the very beginning of the call, Molly, but I shared your very kind little testimonial. So thank you for that. Veronica, I don't know where you're calling in from or where you're watching from, but it sounds like the slides are blurry. Again, what I'll do, if you're having a bandwidth issue with Webinar Jam, or if you're having trouble seeing the slides, I'm going to send these to you as a PDF afterwards when we send out the replay. So no worries there. All right, thanks. No, thank you. And lighting is sometimes an issue I see in the chat. So again, the first P or pillar was purpose. The second P or pillar is premise or your message. Once again, if you want to tell me where you get stuck with this, you can respond in the chat box. When it comes to your message or script, where do you get stuck, or how do you get stuck? What's bogging you down when it comes to your premise or your message? And I think for a lot of people, it's just that, they've got a lot to share and they're not sure where to start, or they have a lot of different things to promote and they're not sure how much to include in the message or script. And what I can tell you again is to try and keep it simple and keep your message clear. Make sure you include a call to action. And we'll come back and look at a few of those messages in the chat box in a moment. In the meantime, moving right along, we're zipping through this here. We're going to talk about the third P, which is platform. All right, thanks, Veronica. I think the slides are clear when I leave them on screen long enough. They tend to get more resolution. But let's move on to the third and final pillar, which is your platform. What I mean by this is the method you will use to deliver your video. Now, that means you can do on-camera videos, off-camera videos. Your platform could be Blab. It could be Google Hangouts. It could be Animoto. It could be Adobe Voice. I'm going to share a few of these with you. But it's really just the tool or resource or platform that you use to deliver your message on video. Now, obviously, how you deliver video is really important, because if you're not sure of the best way to do it, you may end up using the wrong platform or a platform that's not ideal for you. And that's usually when folks get stuck or frustrated. Yes, Camtasia, Dave, thank you, is also a great platform and another way to share your video. Let me move on here so that we can talk a little bit about train wrecks when it comes to your video platform. Let's see, we'll just move to the next slide here. Hold on a second, just figured out my tech. So the train wrecks tend to occur when you don't think strategically or you don't consider the appropriate platform for you. Now, I think there's an easy way to assume that all video is talking heads and that video means a person on camera, but it's not necessarily that. Another mistake people make is chasing bright, shiny objects and jumping into the platform or resource du jour. I admit I do this a lot. I'll pop from one video format to another because I like to try a lot of different things. And there are many, many ways to do video, but there is most likely a platform or method that works best for you and your personality. And that's what I mean when I talk about finding your video sweet spot. You've got to find that platform or method or resource that works best for you and for your objectives. So here's what to do instead to avoid becoming a video train wreck. You want to consider the different platforms that are available to you, and many of them are free. Oops, no audio. Hold on a second. Let's just make sure we're still good here. Hang on. Okay, can you hear me now? I think we're still okay here. We got everybody's in the room. Check, check, check. Can you guys hear me now? Please type in the chat and let me know that you can hear my voice. I know sometimes we have some glitches with Google Hangouts, speaking of platforms. Hang on just a moment. I will write in the chat box, can you hear me now? Something about living in New Hampshire that I tend to lose everything at the same time every day, like 2:30. My internet goes down or something. So I'll be back if I pop off. So just hang with me here. In the meantime, we're talking about how to avoid being a video train wreck. So consider the platforms available to you. There are many. And try and select the appropriate platform based on your goals. Thanks, guys. I think that we do have a few bandwidth problems, but we're back here now. Thanks. And find your video sweet spot, which is that best method for you and your personality. It might be talking head video. It might be animation. It might be a PowerPoint video. What I'm doing here on Webinar Jam and Google Hangouts is using PowerPoint basically and my voice. That's my sweet spot. I like to do webinars. I like to teach. I like to do off-camera videos. However, quick tip for you, if you're selling a service, especially a personal service that you deliver, it's often best that you do an on-camera video because those tend to be best for selling because they increase, those videos increase your know, like, and trust factor. So you're on camera, people can see you, people can relate to you, people can start to know, like, and trust you. By the way, I will have a replay for all you guys if you're having any tech issues, because I know we've been kind of in and out. In the meantime, we'll keep plowing ahead here for the replay and other things. And we'll talk to you about getting started today, how to get started today. Actually, you guys can hear me good. Paul, Wall asks, why do people persist with Google Hangouts instead of using GoToWebinar? Frankly, I think it's the cost. GoToWebinar can be very expensive and Google Hangouts is free. Now, sometimes you get what you pay for, which means maybe the audio will drop out or the video won't be totally clear. But for me, Webinar Jam and Hangouts is, has been pretty reliable, knock on wood. All right, so getting started today. Here's a few tips for getting into this right away as far as platform goes. Look at a few of the easy platforms, which I believe are easy, like Blab at blab.im or Periscope.com or Adobe Voice, which is an iPhone app. And take a look and experiment a bit and pick the one that is best for you. What's the one that best addresses your video sweet spot? Mike, I see your question. I'll come back to that in just a second. And you have to also decide whether you want to start with on-camera or off-camera videos. And I know we've got some Camtasia fans here, and Camtasia is a great platform, but that's really more of the tool rather than the delivery platform. So you could use Camtasia as a platform or as a method to do your videos, but you've still got to get those Camtasia videos out, you know, via YouTube or via webinar or on Facebook or wherever you may want to distribute them. So Camtasia is great and works well, and you can even use it as an editing platform as well. Camtasia is, for those who may not know, a screen capture platform. It's an excellent tool, but again, it's really a matter of if that's your sweet spot and if that's your platform, then that's totally fine. Then it's just a matter of distribution and sharing it and getting it out there. So that's the way to go. If that's your sweet spot, no problem there. Let me share with you one other quick success story while we're on the idea of platforms and Hangouts. And I'll tell you a little bit about my friend John Schumacher, who was a coaching student and who was in my audience at Creative Live last year. Now, his sweet spot was Google Hangouts, and he tried a bunch of different things. I just spoke with him Tuesday, actually. But he quickly found that doing webinars on Hangouts was the way that worked for him. That was his video sweet spot. So he grew his community, he grew his mailing list. He started a group called Hangouts That Convert on Facebook. He wrote a book about Hangouts, really kind of, you know, planted the flag and said, this is where we're going to make our mark via Hangouts and Webinar Jam, and has really become an expert and has gotten a ton of visibility, a ton of people in his group. You can see me there. I'm right there in his Hangouts That Convert group. And he's really had a lot of great visibility and financial success, to the point where he was finally able to quit his day job recently and focus on his Hangouts business full time, which is great because that's his platform. That's his sweet spot. So I hope you can see that once you do find your video sweet spot, everything gets so much easier. Now, for me, I still don't like being on camera that much. I'm a little uncomfortable on camera. So I tend to do a lot of off-camera stuff like PowerPoint videos and webinars. That's just my sweet spot. So think about your video sweet spot, what that might be, and how you may want to proceed to do those videos. And let me give you a few platform ideas while we're on the subject of platforms. Again, PowerPoint to video, I find to be the easiest, because you can create your PowerPoint and you can narrate it on a webinar, and then you're good to go on that webinar. Blab.im is a very simple, informal, and free platform that allows you to have 4 people on screen, kind of like a Google Hangout, but not as complicated, frankly. This is a blab that I do every Tuesday with my friend Andrea Beltrami, and a couple weeks ago we had Denise Wakeman as a guest. I know we all look goofy there, but I just did a quick screen capture to show you what Blab looks like. That's blab.im. Periscope is another new free format or platform that is more of a one-to-many. You can do scoping, they call it, from your smartphone or tablet. Google Hangouts, again, what we're using right here, right now. You can do the screen sharing, which I think is the biggest benefit of Google Hangouts and what I like the best about it. Animoto.com, you can do photo montages. Adobe Voice is a very cool free app for the iPad that allows you to create stories with images. And then there's just good old, reliable, big old YouTube, the 800-pound gorilla of video marketing. So you can do a video tips series on YouTube. I think Dave heard Rocco the Pug shaking in the background, so running away. So, okay, let's see. I'm going to answer a quick question here, and then we'll move on, because Michelle is asking. I provide therapy services for autism affected families. I have plenty of locked YouTube videos about what I do. Can I use a link from Facebook to my Facebook page and then have them access different educational videos once they become more engaged? And you have a brick and mortar office as well. Yes, on YouTube, obviously your videos can be public if you want the most people to see them and have no restrictions whatsoever. They can be unlisted so that only the people with the link can have them. So what I do is I typically upload my video to YouTube and make it public if I want it to be one that everyone sees. And then I also upload it separately to Facebook because Facebook prefers natively uploaded or directly uploaded videos. So I will, and sometimes I will tell people on my YouTube video to go visit me at Facebook. Sometimes I'll put a video on Facebook that tells them to go to my homepage or like the video. The main thing to remember here is to include a call to action and tell your viewer what you want them to do. Tell them in the video. Maybe you can write it in the video. Maybe you can do it as an overlay or as an attachment or anything you want to do. Just make sure that you tell the viewer exactly what you want them to do. Give them clear, specific instructions when the video's over. So at the end of our blab, Dre and I might say the call to action could be as simple as join us next week, next Tuesday at 4:30 Eastern for our next blab. And go to our website for more information, and then we'll give the website URL. Molly does a tip series, and she says it brings a lot of people to her website. Awesome. Thanks, Molly. Awesome. So Lois says, I use a PC and my mobile phone is not a smartphone. What free or inexpensive video tools are available to me? On a PC, there are still many, many platforms. You can use blab.im on your PC. You can use either desktop or smartphone for that. I think Periscope is mobile only. I think there's going to be a Adobe Voice app for the PC soon. So Michelle says join us next week is could be as simple as the call to action could be that simple. So Lois, I'll send you some apps for the PC, but almost all of these, Hangouts you can use on PC, Animoto you can use on PC, blab.im you can use on PC, Camtasia, PowerPoint. So you're really not limited just because you don't have a smartphone with tons of apps. Mary says she can't see the poll. I think I may have taken it down at this point, but I'll go back to it in a moment. Let's move ahead here just so that we can keep things moving, and I will continue to answer questions at the end. But anyway, the main thing now is that if you look at those three pillars, you can combine them to create a powerful and profitable video strategy. Another way to look at these, if you prefer M's instead of P's, is that the purpose is your map, the premise is your message, and the platform is your method. So, hey, if you like M's better than P's, then go with map, message, method. Those are really the big three, the three pillars of being able to do video thoughtfully and effectively. Now, I'm not exactly sure what brought you here today. I'm really glad that you're here. And again, I'm not exactly sure why you're here, but you can do this. I want you to know that whether you need more visibility or you need to attract more clients, or you may be doing video, but you can be doing a much better job with it, or you might find it too technology challenging or time consuming. But I really do want to leave you with the fact that video doesn't have to be that hard. It doesn't have to take a lot of time, and it can be a very powerful strategy to get you more clients and generate more revenue, especially if you have the right guidance. So I want to kind of segue a bit and ask you more questions here. Imagine what your life would look like if you could reach more people and have more impact, and think about how much easier it would be if clients came to you instead of you having to chase them. So I want you to kind of imagine being the go-to expert in your niche that people actually seek out. And really, when you think about it, you can also imagine what life would be like if people said, recognized you at events and conferences and said, oh my gosh, I feel like I already know you and I want to work with you. And I have to tell you, that happens to me all the time when I go to conferences and events. And I really have to, attribute it to being able to do video and being able to do it easily and whenever I want. So the thing is, with video, it really does work when you know what to do. And how cool would it be? How nice would it be if you could accelerate the sales process like this? Now, remember what we said at the very beginning of the webinar about people who use video grow their businesses 49% faster than those without video. And this is entirely possible for you. So I like to remind folks that I've been doing this for a long time, and I've done it with hundreds of clients. And before that, I did it for national networks like E and Fox, pretty well-known brands. And believe me, if I can do it for E, I can do it for you. And you don't have to have a big old TV type budget to do all that. And people have asked me to create like a streamlined system for doing video effectively. And I've put like a lot of time and effort putting together what I think is a perfect program. And I mentioned it earlier. It's called Video Marketing League. And this is the program that I've created that can help you achieve the video marketing strategy that's right for you and your particular situation. So it's all that stuff that I teach in the Video Marketing League Mastermind and Coaching Group. And I'm going to tell you how that all works, because I guess the fourth P is plan. So you got to have a plan to do this and to do it right. So Video Marketing League is for, well, let me ask you first, what would it be worth to you if creating videos to promote your business was easy and stress-free? How much time, energy, and money would you save if you could avoid all those train wrecks and have help to do it right? So if I could give you a simple program that helps you build your video strategy and supports you every step of the way, that is exactly why I created my lovely Video Marketing League, to help you save time and money, not become a video train wreck. And you can find that stuff if you want more information. And I will answer questions in a moment. But the Video Marketing League, let me tell you about that just a bit here while we're on, is a unique mastermind and coaching community that gives you ongoing training, support, accountability, and access to me. So it's really a way to get the same kind of expertise and advice I give to my highest level VIP clients without having to pay my private coaching rates. So the Video League is actually designed to help you create better, more effective, and results-driven video that will increase your visibility so that you can get seen and get sales. And if you're already doing video but not really satisfied with the results, the Video Marketing League is going to help you do video more consistently and more strategically. So we'll help you put a plan in place and then provide the accountability and support so that you actually implement that plan. Yes, you have to actually implement the plan. I know it's easier than it looks. So let me tell you a little bit more before, and I will get to your questions in just a moment. Let me tell you just a bit more about this. I have a few questions about that. Video League basically includes ongoing tech support, because I know, and you told me in the chat, how easy it is to get stuck and hung up on the techie stuff. And it also includes access to me through exclusive trainings, tutorials, monthly coaching and Q&A calls. And within Video League, you also get admission to my special Shut Up and Shoot video days. So you can get accountability to get those most important videos done. And it really is so much easier when you have help and an accountability partner. So I'm really excited about those Shut Up and Shoot video days. What else can I tell you about this? Well, actually, if you're part of Video League, you get anytime admission to my Lose Labs monthly training webinars. This month we did a training on Blab and Periscope, for example. I also send out a new online marketing kit each month to members, which includes training and resources on all the hot topics so you can build your business and get more clients. We do live Q&A calls so that you can get your specific challenges addressed. We actually had one this week, and we talked about video hosting options. We discussed video branding strategies. We reviewed Molly's new opt-in page in real time. So lots of cool stuff happening with that. And it's all designed to keep you on track and ahead of the curve when it comes to online marketing. I'll give you a quick screenshot here of the many, many lovely benefits because you don't want to fall behind or miss out on all this. And if there's one thing I've seen over and over again that makes me crazy, it's that small business owners leave money on the table because they're not using video. And I know how frustrating that can be, so don't let that be you. I will give you the details. Hang on here just a moment, and I'll share that with you. So here's the deal. If I do a really realistic, none of this BS fluffy number thing, if I do a very realistic and conservative look at the monthly value of all the things that we do in Video Marketing League, it would easily be almost $600 a month, and that's leaving out a bunch of the intangibles. My private coaching clients do pay me $12.50 per month for 2 sessions per month, so you guys can do the math on that. And I suppose I could charge more, but really, ask anybody, if you've known me for a while, you know that it's my mission to make video easy and accessible for anyone. And I love seeing people, especially introverts like me, succeed and prosper with video, because I know you can do this and I would love to help you. So I am keeping the Video Marketing League, at least for the time being, at a very reasonable $97 a month, not $500 a month. If you decide to pay for an entire year, you get 3 months free. Either way, monthly or annual, you can cancel anytime, but you get all the support and access you need, not just once, but all the time, where and when you need it most. I'm going to put up the little thing here on Video League so you can see. If you go to the offer section, you'll see where it says get video support now and join now. And that is at videomarketingleague.com. That's where you can see the page where you can join if you decide to do that. $97 a month, you can cancel anytime, or the annual price gets you 3 months free. So this is really a way to get a lot of coaching and support, ongoing coaching and support. And because you are on this webinar, I'm going to throw in some really cool bonuses, fast action bonuses for folks who decide to sign up today and come into 2016 with some momentum and some video mojo. So here's the deal. Today only, first 10 people only. We keep this pretty small. If you join today, you'll get my 10-minute trainer course, which is worth $97. And this will give you a quick jump start with 10 really simple 10-minute video lessons. In addition, we'll also give you my easy video studio guide with recommendations and links to the exact equipment and software that I personally use. And a third bonus, quick start bonus, is my special mini course and 75-page guide called How to Leverage YouTube and Get More Traffic. So you get all 3 fast action bonuses if you joined today and are one of the first 10 people at videomarketingleague.com. You can also go over on the right-hand side where it says offer, and you should see a Video League logo and something that says join now. You can join right from the webinar, or you can go to videomarketingleague.com and join there. Let me get some questions here, and I'll show you a real quick look at these bonuses. On the upper left-hand side, again, if you act today and you're one of the first 10 people, on the upper left-hand side is a look at the 10-day success calendar that comes with the 10-minute video trainer. So you can see each lesson, video startup, video scripting, video taping, video editing, YouTube hacks, etc. On the right-hand side, you can see the covers of my Easy Video Studio Guide and the How to Leverage YouTube webinar and guide. So please visit videomarketingleague.com and you can jump in right away, or go to the right-hand side of the webinar where you'll see the offer where it says join now. Let me see if there are any other questions. Oh, I want to tell you too about the extra bonus. I almost forgot. Let me just jump to that slide here so you'll see where it is. If you go to the sales page at videomarketingleague.com, you will see the other bonus that I promised at the beginning, who stayed on the call. For everybody who stayed on the call, you get the video script template that'll help you write your video script. You can find that at the very bottom of the Video League sales page at videomarketingleague.com. So go to the sales page, scroll all the way to the bottom where it says webinar bonus. And if you click that, you'll get the free video script template for sticking with me. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, Esley, thank you. Karen, is this a 12-month program? Yes, it is a 12-month program, but you don't, you can pop out at any time. You get new content, new calls, new material, new support every month. So it's an ongoing program. Karen, I'm not sure why the images are blurred, but I will send you a PowerPoint so that you'll have a PowerPoint copy of this. It may just be a bandwidth issue. Let's see. Dave says, do you cover how to market it well? Sounds like it. Yes, marketing is my biz and my middle name, because that's what I spent my career doing. So let me just show you an image from the Facebook group of Video Marketing League. We have a private Facebook group as well. And there's Molly eating chocolate. And really, there are some members already, and they're raving about it, saying some nice things about me that make me blush. But I hope really you will join them and make 2016 the year that you finally take advantage of video marketing. As I said, anyone can do this with the right help, support, and resources. And that's exactly what we provide inside Video League. Let me stay on and answer a few questions. And again, I'll keep the offer up on the right-hand side. If you go to offer, you'll see get video support now, or you can go to videomarketingleague.com. So let me go over to the questions here and see. I'll stay on the line for a few minutes to answer any questions you may have, either about Video Marketing League or about the content we covered in the webinar. So feel free to type your questions in the chat box. Don't forget that the first 10 people who join today get all the goodies and cool bonuses of Video Marketing League, which is a way to get ongoing help and support and accountability and feedback for doing your videos. Now, I know you've been putting off doing video. I know how much you need this for your business in 2016. So please give me the privilege of helping you and supporting you. And with Video League, you'll have plenty of access to me, as well as the resources and support you need to succeed with video. Let's see. Thank you. Oh, Wes says, excellent sales page. Thanks for the bonus. Karen says, thank you. Jay says, one major difficulty is within a small niche, Google doesn't give very detailed or any details on searches for certain niche long tail phrase searches. You can go into YouTube, and YouTube is really a great way to, if you are optimizing your titles for search. And there's also some resources I share in Video League on if you use YouTube within Chrome, there's something that'll give you competitor keyword searches and tell you what competitors are using, regardless of the size of their niche, Jay. So that may help you. I'll share the name of that as soon as I can recall it. There's something that's part of Chrome. So JQ, can we join you later next year? Only available now. It's an ongoing program, so you can join anytime. You just won't get the extra bonuses. And Ann says, thank you. May have to wait till after the holidays. I totally hear you on that. I might even do this webinar again in January, or maybe an updated version of it. But again, if you join now, you come into the new year, hit the ground running, get the bonuses, get some extra help, etc. So thank you for that. All right. Yes, it is a 12-month ongoing program. Dave sent me a video he used with Camtasia, which I'm going to have to take a look at after the call. Karen asks, how do I make my background more professional? Right now, I use construction lights, a white wall, and a digital camera, but I get shadows. I want to improve how it looks. Karen, I've used everything from a green screen to a plain white wall. I actually bought some white card stock kind of paper, big roll of white paper that I tacked up on the wall behind me. So I just had a plain white wall. And I used to use those big work lights, but they're kind of hot and they do a lot of shadows. So you can try and get some what they call soft boxes, which are sort of like photography lights at Amazon. They're under $150. I use 2 of those. Maybe I'll come on screen and show you what it looks like with my softbox lights. And I also answer those questions and do that in the Video League group. And I also, one of the things you get with Video League is that studio guide, which gives you links and information to all the stuff that I use. All right, I want to see if there's any other questions here. Thank you, JQ. Thank you, Anne and Dave. Ever help anyone with video pay-per-view? Dave, I have not delved into that too much yet. I'm just starting to get into YouTube ads and video ads and things like that. But to be honest, I'm not a pro at that just yet. I'm certainly not an expert at it. All right, so let me see if there's any other questions. In the meantime, I'm going to leave the offer up for a bit. There's still about 10 minutes to get that today with the bonuses. And you can join Video League. Excellent, thank you. We still have a bunch of people here, so let me come on camera just for a second because I want to show Karen my lights. So I have well, it's kind of a blue wall, but it looks white behind me, and I have my light here, my soft light here and here, and I just got a couple of awards that I put behind me just for sort of atmosphere. So normally this is what I use. I have a Mac. I have my webcam up here. The biggest mistake is people look at the screen rather than looking at the camera. But I do most of my videos right from here, which is basically just I'm at my desk. I've got my white wall behind me. I've got 2 soft lights in front of me, which are kind of fluorescent lights. And the shadows are not too harsh. So it's a good, nice light. Those work lights tend to give you some pretty harsh shadows. So let me go back to the screen here. Veronica says, thank you for a very valuable webinar. Thank you. I look forward to your next webinar in the new year and joining Video Marketing League. Awesome. Thank you, Veronica. Kay, if you want to work privately with me, sure, I would love that to move your book project forward. I did ghostwriting before video, and I've ghostwritten 6 business books and have a lot of experience in the publishing side of things. I don't promote it as much because my brand is really video, but I still do a lot of writing. So, okay, I would love to talk to you about that. I do a couple different coaching programs. One of them is a more traditional, monthly, 2 sessions per month. The other one is called Lou On Demand, and I'll put that in the chat box, Lou On Demand at louondemand.com. And what that is basically you bank a number of hours, like 5 hours or 10 hours, and you have 6 months to use it. So if you need like 3 hours one day and 1 hour another day and 15 minutes another day, it's on demand so that basically it's at your convenience. So you need me when you need me, you get me when you need me. You've got a certain number of hours banked that you can use whenever you want. And by the way, louondemand.com, I probably should have said this before, includes membership in the Video Marketing League. So if you coach with me personally, either through Lou On Demand or just one-on-one coaching, you automatically get into Video Marketing League. Wall wants to know if there's a second webinar in the series. No, well, not yet. I have not created that yet. I just literally finished this webinar at 10 o'clock this morning. So this is the most recent up-to-date information that I have and that I've delivered. And as you know, I do a webinar every month for the Video League people. I do a teaching webinar called Lou's Labs, where I share cool tools and things like that. So every month, I think the next one is like January 8th or something, I do a Lou's Labs call. And then I also do a regular coaching and Q&A call. And sometimes I share webinar slides and things like that with that one as well. So, all right. So I hope this has been helpful to you. Again, videomarketingleague.com. If you are interested in that, thank you, Deborah. And thanks, Nancy. Karen says those work lights are hot. I remember I got mine like at Home Depot, and they were the two big lights on the stand that are like construction lights. And whenever I'd be doing video, I'd be sweating profusely because the lights were so damn hot. So that's why I like the called softbox lights. And I got mine at Amazon.com, and I think they were $120 or something like that, US. So that's what I use. Thank you, Dave. And let me make sure there are no other questions before we wrap up. It's a little over the top of the hour, so I want to respect your time and let you get back to your holiday season. Again, I would love to work with you. I welcome you to join Video Marketing League, or if you prefer to work with me one-on-one privately with LouOnDemand.com. That actually includes Video Marketing League. So thank you. Thanks for the folks who have joined. Be sure to go to videomarketingleague.com today, if possible, right now, and be part of our unique mastermind and coaching group. If you sign up today, you get all the cool bonuses. If not, maybe we'll see you after the holidays. Thanks, Lois. Glory. Awesome. Glad you enjoyed it. And I look forward to working with you. Hope you have a great holiday season. If I don't talk to you before the holiday, feel free to reach out to me anytime. Let me put I should really put the Video Marketing League in the URL in here before we go. And let's see how much time we have left on the bonuses. We got 5 minutes left. So feel free to go over to that offer area and look for the Video League icon and click join now if you want to join up. Hope to see you then. Oh, Lois missed the bonus link. Okay, hang on a second, Lois. The bonus link is at the very bottom of the videomarketingleague.com sales page. Scroll all the way to the bottom and click webinar bonus to get access to the script template, which was the webinar only bonus. So go to videomarketingleague.com, scroll all the way down to the bottom and click on webinar bonus. That's cleverly hidden on the sales page, which is yet another strategy that the webinar folks say to use. All right, any last minute questions before we wrap up? I think we're good. Let me just double check. All right, so please let me know how I can help, how I can support you. And I look forward to seeing you as a client in Video Marketing League, or even on Lou on Demand, if that is more your style. I think that's it. Awesome. Thanks, Lois. You got it. And I will send out a replay, and I will find a way to get the PDF slides to you as well. If you happen to be listening to the replay, you still have time to join Video Marketing League and get the bonuses. Wait, how am I going to do that? I think that's, well, we'll figure it out, because I was going to say that's if it's a webinar only bonus and it's only good for today. What if you watch the replay in 3 days? Okay, I'll figure that out, guys. Don't worry about it. And Rocco says, I'm ready to go outside. So I guess that's it. Hang on, Rocco. Thanks, you guys. So happy you were here. Happy holidays. Appreciate it. And we will see you, well, hopefully before the new year. But if not, we'll see you soon. Thanks again. Go to videomarketingleague.com and check it out. Get your bonus. Get everything. And happy holidays, one and all. I'm going to leave the offer up here and wrap it up. Thanks. Bye for now.